Liam! Miss you. Why are you wet? Oh my gosh, you're really wet. Are you playing with the water? Why? Should we take it off? Should we take it? No, you can't try. Can you look at that in the dirty clothes? Are your pants wet? No. Pretty close. Thank you. Can you just sit and watch Bubble Guppies, please? Thank you.
What did everybody get for that? For the 2.33? Yes, no?
Sorry, what?
What did everybody get for the answer? 2.337? Or is that different?
So when I got where we left off there,
yeah,
I got 9.2 over 2.360679, whatever. So then you divide 9.2 by that denominator, right?
Yeah.
And I got 0.956521739, whatever. So 0.957.
So did you push equal after the 2.23, Cindy? Because 2.23 is just the square root of 5. That makes sense.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it didn't work then, because I did try to go back in and do
Try.
So it's fine. I'll just do it by hand. I've got it written down, so I'm going to just do it. So it's 8.8 then at that step, divided by the square root of 5, which was the 2 point.
You can do it the way we were looking at. You just have to push equal after it says the 2 point. So I wonder if it'll let me share my. Sorry. Can you guys see that? Okay. So 8.8 divided by 5 square root, but then you have to push equal.
Okay.
So you can still save it like that.
Okay. So that's what I got though. I just did it by hand. So 3, but I can go back and do that later again that way. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. 6403997. Okay, so then it's, once we have that on the calculator and we need to divide 9.2 by that number, is it the same thing?
Not from what I was looking at. And if you start with the 9.2, it doesn't do the math. At least for me, it doesn't do the math right.
9, 5, 6, 0, 3. Okay, so I got 2.337, so it's 2.34 or 2.3. We're going out 3 decimal points, so 2.338.
Yes.
Woo! Sorry, I'm just a little excited right now.
No, this is why we're doing it.
Old people can do math.
I have to tell you, like, this has nothing to do with the homework, but I was helping my husband go over he's in advanced chemistry. And it started talking, their lab this week was starting to talk about statistics and standard deviation. And I'm like, I'm not the one to like lecture you on this, but it's kind of exciting to see something that I'm learning about right now in another class. So, sorry. What is the probability that 5 randomly selected students will have a mean score that is greater than the mean achieved by the students in the previous problem? Round your answer to 4 decimal places.
think in this case, we use the applet.
Yeah,
Okay,
We have to fill in this figure.
but with that one, right?
yeah, because that's a Z-score.
And it's just, for this one, it's just this side again? Right?
Yep.
Because it's greater than,
So 0.0097. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost done, guys. Okay, I lied. We're a little bit more than half.
oh, there's a lot of questions this time.
There are a lot this time. Use the following information to answer the next 5 questions. Suppose the mean GPA of a BYU Idaho student is 3.5 and the standard deviation is 0.7. It is well known that this distribution is left skewed. A random sample of 81 students will be drawn. What is the shape of the sampling distribution of the random variable, which represents the sample mean of 81 students who are selected?
Oh, excuse me,
That's a
so it's would that be approximately normal because it's a large population
that's what
or
I
a
was-
large sample?
Yeah, that's correct. 81.
Okay, what is the
I
mean?
think Shaylin left us. Is she on?
She's right here,
But
Oh,
here,
I'm still here.
pointing like
Oh,
you.
oh, okay. I got my screen messed up. I was like gonna get excited for a second. Sorry, Shaylin. I'm kidding. She's gonna report back that we're like naughty class.
No.
Okay, what is the mean distribution of the sampling distribution for all possible samples of size 81 that could be drawn from a parent population? Round your answer to 1 decimal place. Sorry. Are you finished?
What do you guys think?
I'm going over my homework to see if I had it in there.
That's what I was just doing too, to see if I have something in here that,
Yeah, it does say in lesson 7 in the textbook. It kind of tells you at the top, like kind of the what, like how to do that. Also, lesson 6 actually kind of talked about this in lesson 6. In the bottom, if you look at the summary,
Distribution of the of the sample means is a distribution of all possible sample means.
so actually, okay, go right above that when it says the mean and standard deviation of X bar, bar. So the mean of the sample means is the population mean. You see that part?
Right here.
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking. Yeah, right there. And then the standard deviation of the sample means. For that one, you have a formula: standard deviation divided by square root of n. So with that information, what would the mean of the sample means
Okay.
be?
oh, okay. Well, that's actually not a hard question.
Yeah, that one's easier because
So they're going back. That's so hard because I keep going back and doing stuff, and I keep thinking everything's gonna be about what we were studying this week, and then you got to remember all that other stuff too.
Yeah, there's always, I'm sure these questions will be on the test too. like,
Yeah,
so
they're gonna go
good.
back and review things that we've done. Okay, so what is it?
Okay, so I don't know if I'm just brain dead. I'm not understanding. I'm sorry.
So that,
Oh,
oh, let me just find my little note about that.
I think
so when it asks for the mean of the distribution of sample means, then that's just the same as the population mean that
Oh.
it already gives you.
Which is 3.5, correct, Sean?
3.5, which is the
Yeah.
p-value.
So
So
just always
just
the
the mean of the
same.
So that's all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3.5.
2.5.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. One second.
Oh, I wrote that in here somewhere. Oh, there, I did write it in there. Okay.
Sorry.
So this would be that other formula then. So the distribution, the standard deviation was what? 0.7.
Yes.
Divided by 9.
So 0.7 divided by the square root of 81. Is that right?
Yeah.
So 0.078.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I always try to make things more complicated than they need to be, and that's the problem.
Okay, what is the probability that the mean GPA for 81 randomly selected student, BYU Idaho students, will be less than 3.3? So is that our, shoot, our,
Minus 3.
what's it called? The one that we had this week?
We'll look for, yeah, yes. We have all of that.
So it would be 3.3 minus 3.5 over 0.7 over the square root of 81.
That's what I was,
Is that right?
What was the top part of that formula again?
I think it's this number, the 3.3. Oh, up here, sorry. Minus
Oh, yeah.
the 3.5.
Negative 0. Did everybody get it yet?
I just got the z-score. We need to put that in to get the on the
Yeah.
applet.
In the applet?
Well,
Yes.
do you guys get negative 2.5?
564102.
I did.
That's what I got.
0.256.
I did the math wrong then.
2.64. And so we would have to put that in the applet to get the probability, because what this figure is just a z-score.
Right. I didn't get that answer, so I'm trying to figure out where I went wrong.
I think it's the same thing. This here, this standard deviation here is already a calculation of what we are trying to do. So instead of doing that again, we just use this figure to divide negative 0.2.
I just took the number, it was longer than that, so the 0777, however many.
7777, then 8. So
I got 2.5714. So I'm just trying to figure out why my answer's different than yours.
Oh, see, this is where we could have a problem because that's what I did on one of the problems I was working out. And then the homework assignment, he did it. Like, that's where I was talking about. Sometimes when they're working them out in the homework, they round them and sometimes they don't.
And that, see, when I redid the math the way that you guys were saying, I
Mhm.
got your answer. I just, that's not what I got initially.
Wait, so how did you guys do it? Or how did you get your answer, Morgan?
oh, okay.
I was wondering. Hey.
What I did, I said 3.3 minus 3.5, which is the mean, and then I divided that by the by this by 0.078.
Yeah, so we're not using that one. We're using the normal standard deviation in that information section.
Okay. If you
Because
if I think if I use that, it still gives us this answer because that's 8. That's pardon me. Let me get the figures again. Can you go up a little bit?
Yes.
Allison, please. Okay, that's 0.7, is it? 0.7,
Yeah.
0.7 divided
so
by
we're using-
divided by 9, right? 0.7 divided by 9,
Yeah,
because
square
square
root
root of
81.
81 is 9.
Yeah.
So that gives 0.0777777, whatever, which is about the same thing down there.
Which
0.
it's this, we rounded
Yes,
it on that
just
one.
rounded to three decimals.
So for this problem, we can't round that, is what you're saying.
Oh.
Okay, let's try not rounding. Let's say negative
Oh, I see what you're
0.2,
saying.
negative
You did.
0.2
Okay.
divided by 0.0777778, whatever. Oh, okay. I see where
Yeah,
Alison got
so
her.
you don't want to round it, I guess. So use
Okay.
the full.
The full thing. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Alison, that's negative 2.5714.
Okay,
2.571.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't remember what we were supposed to be looking for.
Yeah, so once you find that, then you're going to be using the probability applet,
Mhm.
plugging in that z-score.
And it's
So
all
you're
of this,
looking,
right? Or is it just, no, it's
just,
that little bit.
yeah. So yeah, just what's less than 3.3. So
And how
to
much?
the left of your z-score.
3.005. That was
0.005.
and what's the probability that it will be greater? So then we just flip it, right? So it's that much, right guys? So then 0.0995. I put that in right. You guys.
I was just redoing my math to make sure I have that. You guys got 2.57 for the applet. for the Z-score?
Yeah, I think I put it in 2.7, sorry, 2.5714.
Okay, 2.5714 is what I got. Okay.
Negative. And it's negative,
Yes,
right?
sorry, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
negative.
negative. Oops.
Okay. The US Coast Guard assumes the mean weight of passengers in commercial boats is 185 pounds. The previous value was lower, but was raised after a tragic boating accident. The standard deviation of passenger weight is 26.7 pounds. The weights of a random sample of 48 commercial boat passengers were recorded. The sample mean was determined to be 177.6 pounds. Find the probability that a random sample of passengers will have a weight that is as extreme or more extreme, whether above or below the mean, than was observed in the sample. Round to 3 decimal places. Note, as extreme or more extreme means that we are not only interested in values that are lower than the ones we observed, but also the values that are as far away from the mean as ours in the positive direction.
Okay. So a random sample of 48. Okay, can I just see if I have the equation that I'm going to calculate correct before we calculate it, unless you guys have already calculated it?
I did not calculate it. I
Go ahead, Cindy.
to reread it.
So I said 176 or 177.6 because that's our sample mean, minus 185, which is the mean, over the standard deviation of 26.7 over the square root of 48 for the sample size. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Oh,
so I
that's
can
fine.
go ahead and calculate that. Anthony, are you getting all that? Okay,
Yep.
you're really quiet, so I wasn't sure if you were.
No, I'm just going through all this math. I typed a problem in wrong on my calculator and I gotta redo it. 1 second.
So it might be easier to write down like what each thing is. So like what's X bar gonna be? Your
Yep.
sample mean, what is like the population mean, standard deviation, and then sample size. And then plug it all in.
It is.
When we have the square root of n, are we supposed to round that value?
I don't.
Question.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about on that last one, because we made that mistake by rounding it and didn't get the right answer.
I don't.
I think if even if when I just tried using that to plug into the applet and you still get the same answer.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
And it worked?
I used 0.264 and then I plugged it into the applet and I got 0.0052. 0.0052. So that's just the difference. So if we're rounding down to 3 significant figures, decimal places will be 0.0052.
Yeah, so
So,
don't round
but
it.
like you said, just to be safe, don't round.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I got negative 1.920. Is that correct?
I'm not quite there yet, but
I'm
Okay.
sorry, what did you get?
Negative 1.92.
Yes. It was on either side, right? It didn't want in between. Is that right, guys? Did I do
Extreme,
above and below those Z-scores?
yeah,
So you guys got
Um,
negative 1.9202, is
yes,
that right? Okay.
yeah, that's what I got.
Yes, same here. Okay, so 3 decimal places. So 0.055.
Correct.
Did I put that in right?
Oh, I think I'm missing a question.
Like written out?
No, I'm missing the answers. I'm just wanting to double check my answers. So 0, can you go backwards through? Okay.
Sorry.
I think I know which one it was. Okay. Stop at the law of large numbers. Okay, keep going a little bit at a time if you can. Okay, 1045, 1048, 233. Okay, next 3. Okay, 097, approximately normal, 3.5. Okay, I got those. And then 078. That's the one I'm missing. I got 13. So 0.005 and 0.995, and then 15 was 0.55 or 0.055.
Okay, let's see how we did. Perfect. Awesome job, guys.
I
Does
think
anyone
that-
have-
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at the end of the meeting, I usually scroll through just in case anyone's not next to their computer to take the test. That way, since we worked it out together.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna ask if anyone has any other questions on the quiz or the reading. If they didn't understand any of the questions.
I think I understand the math. My problem is reading the question and just making sure that I'm understanding what they're asking for. And
Mhm.
because the math isn't the hard part, it's the
Knowing which math to use.
What it's
Yeah.
asking for,
right.
yeah.
I just have to read it really slowly and carefully and think about it. And
Mhm.
it takes me a lot longer than this group to do that usually when I'm doing these problems, to kind of just
Yeah, that's
ponderize
okay.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are really wordy, and so it's
Yeah.
you have to be careful about what it's asking for. Yeah, does anyone have any other questions?
Does it get a lot harder than this, or is this pretty much going to be?
But if it gets harder, lie.
No,
Um,
don't lie. This-
I don't think it gets harder than this. I think, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this lesson, but I'm trying to remember what else there is after this. Yeah, well, after this, we're gonna be using Excel a lot, so it'd probably get easier because you're gonna be using Excel to find a lot of the answers. And like
Okay.
plugging in data, and then yeah, so it shouldn't get harder.
Well, good. I just pulled out easier from the words you just said, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
I mean, yeah, if you guys are good with Excel, then it should get easier. But,
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, I gotta go. I gotta go meet my mom, sign some papers. So
All right. Peace out.
okay.
Thank you,
Peace
guys.
out. See you guys.
Monday.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.